One Friday Fights 116 Part 2. We had to make a second video because there's just too many fights, and for the sake of time, I like to categorize these based upon what type of fights they are sometimes. So in the first video, we talked about the MMA fights. In this one, we're going to talk about kickboxing and Muay Thai fights. So let's get into it. Starting with the only kickboxing fight from the entire card. Pechitong versus Yuki Yoza. Yuki Yoza is like 12 years younger than Pechitong. Pechitong is 39 years old, guys. He's almost 40. He's had over 420 fights. And in this particular fight, he looked good with his boxing, but he was getting devastated by kicks. I mean, kicks to the legs, kicks to the body. It was really, really bad. And Pechitong did try and make it dirty, but it just didn't work out for him. And in the second round, I want to show a highlight that I thought was worthy enough to make this video and show you guys. Let's check it out.
Starting to go to work with the jab, setting up the knees as well. That's one thing we haven't mentioned. The ultra sharp knees from Pechitong.
It wasn't good enough that he knocked Pechitong down. He almost took the referee down as well. He almost got the 2-for-1 there. But look, Pechitong started to piece together some moments in the third round, but in kickboxing, at least under the rule set that they were participating in, you cannot clinch, and Pechitong was trying to make it dirty. I mean, he was clinching every 5 or 10 seconds, and the referee would break them up. He was trying to make it a dirty Muay Thai fight, and under this rule set, it just ain't flying. Yuki Yoza hung on to win the fight, and it's no knock on Pechitong at all. He's had a very long career. After the fight, Yuki Yoza got the call from Raj Chatri, letting him know that he will be contending for the title next against Superlek. And his response wasn't what I thought it would be. He said, you know, there's another guy I kind of want to fight, but it's whatever one wants me to do. Bro, say you'll fight him, say you'll kick his ass, make that fight happen. Now, there could have been something lost in translation. Who knows? But that's a match I'm absolutely looking forward to. Moving up the card to the very first Muay Thai fight of the night, Isaac Muhammad versus Haruyuki Tanitsu. As Tanitsu's walking out, I'm thinking, this kid must look like his mom. Because that's just a face that looks like a woman to me. And it's no knock. To look like a woman as a man, I mean, you're doing something right. Girls love pretty boys. We all know this. So I'm like, if Haruyuki Tanitsu has the face of his mother, surely he's got the heart of his mother, and he's going to go out here and win this fight. Well, towards the end of the first round, that's where everything went wrong. Let's check it out.
Let's off his combinations and right back out of range, but Isaac Muhammad looking for the fellow and a huge shot.
And it doesn't stop there.
Oh, Tanitsu in a world of trouble right now.
Big shot from Isaac. Big opportunity to follow up some massive swelling in the right eye of Tanitsu, but he is still in this fight. Big hook kick, and it is all over. Tanitsu is laid out.
Hopefully Tanitsu's mom can nurse him back to health rather quickly. Obviously, I'm joking. But I didn't see this going like this. I didn't think that this is what would happen. Just based off records and based off the walkout, I didn't think it would happen this quick. But it did. And you know that you're hurt when you haven't been knocked out, but you just can't get back up. And that's what we saw with Haruyuki Tanitsu. He wasn't knocked out. He was just too hurt to even attempt to stand up. Isaac Muhammad wins. He finishes Tanitsu. He also was given $350,000 baht, 350,000 baht from Chatri for a performance bonus. Moving on up the card to Super Bowl versus Ibrahim Abdulmedzidov. This one took place at 138 pounds, and to be honest, I was excited because you just don't see a ton of Russian guys fighting in Muay Thai. I mean, they're there, but you don't see them all the time. So I'm like, okay, let's see what the guy's got. And off the bat, Super Bowl was just too much for this guy. He was too much for him. I mean, there was just so much clinching, so much dirty boxing, so many knees in the clinch, and it was just too much. And here, I'm actually going to scoot over because I want to show you some of the work that Super Bowl was able to do and frustrate him. Look at this. And not only was Super Bowl making it really dirty in the clinch, but he was also throwing a lot of kicks to the body that Ibrahim would catch with his forearms. And in the second round, at the end of the second round, going to the third, Ibrahim was unable to get out of his corner, guys. He couldn't even make a fist with his arm because he had injured it. Might be broken. And in a Muay Thai fight, if you're able to injure your opponent's arms to the point that they cannot continue, that's always a good performance. Moving on up to the next fight, Yadkiri versus Pamara Edeng. My God, did this one end quick. Wait, you didn't see it? Well, let's check it out now.
So well, all the weapons of Muay Thai. This is what you get when you have the Muay Thai.
Now, by this point, Chatri is clutching his pockets a little bit because he's thinking, oh my God, there's still like 5 fights left and I've already had to give out a few of these bonuses. But I don't feel bad for him at all, and neither should you, because isn't one championship the largest fighting promotion in the world? That's what I heard, at least. Moving on up the card to Pompide versus Sirichak. This one wasn't super exciting. It was kind of tit for tat, kind of back and forth, and pretty evenly matched. But there is one clip that I want to share with you. I'm probably going to get copyrighted, aren't I? I'm probably going to get in trouble, but I don't care because I make this content for you guys. Let's check this highlight out.
Collected in and out. Big shot from Pompide. Oh, Sirichak just bounces back up like a jack in the box. Firing shots of his own.
That was pretty sweet, wasn't it? As the channel gets bigger, I'm going to have to figure something out to not get copyrighted, just so you guys know. But we're going to do this for right now. Pompide did hang on to win the fight by unanimous decision. Moving up the card to Coco Moore versus TA. Probably the most boring fight on the card. And you know what? That's saying a lot, because Muay Thai fights are generally not boring, especially in one championship. Now, if you want to see boring, head on over to most prelims over at the Apex. Anyways, that's besides the point. Coco Moore hung on to win this fight by decision. Not too much to talk about there, no highlights to show, but this next one, oh my God. Moving up the card to Tom Yang Kung versus Wachaparon, and oh my God, why don't you Wachaparon this?
To cut off the ring, but Tom Young Gun being sneaky, getting busier with his lead hand, circling out the ropes nicely. Now running him in to the right hand.
Just take a second to listen to that.
Holy shit. Now, from the angle they showed it at, I couldn't see if it was a punch and then an elbow, 2 punches, or 2 elbows, but either way, bro got flatlined, didn't he? Like, he was out for a very, very long time. Bad knockout. Really bad knockout. Tom Yam Kung ended up winning the 350,000 baht. Chatri, come up out of pocket, baby. We're getting closer to the end, guys. Moving on up the card to Panrit versus Antar Kasim. Antar Kasim is from France. Not a whole lot of French Muay Thai guys out there. Not a bunch of tall Muay Thai fighters. He's listed at 6 foot, but he looked like he was 6'4" in there. What's the guy that beat Superlek? Nabil Anan. That's who it was. I had to look it up. Thanks for helping me out, guys. Anyways, when there's a taller fighter like that, you know, especially in a sport like boxing or Muay Thai where there's no wrestling, a lot of time that distance can be a huge, huge advantage. And he used that in this fight. And as a matter of fact, Antar Kasim, I was hearing on the commentary that he used to do a little more boxing, like that's his background, and it showed. He put together a bunch of beautiful combinations coming off of counter strikes. And you know I gotta show you. Let's check some of them out right now. Now, it would be incredibly irresponsible for me to not give you some context. Panrit had just really cracked Antar Kasim right before this, so I really wanted to see what the follow-up was going to be like. That boxing nature from Antar Kasim took over, and he was able to find that combination and put him to sleep. But let me show you some of Panrit's work right before this.
Kasim is... Big right hand from Panrit.
Now, that doesn't change the fact that he got absolutely put to sleep, but if I were a fighter, I would want to at least have a moment or two in a fight. And Panrit absolutely had a moment there against the much taller fighter. Now, moving on to the main event, we have finally made it, guys. 2 separate videos it's taken to get this far. Adam versus Nayan Mohammed. And we waited this long to basically watch 2 little children beat the shit out of each other because one was 16 years old and the other was 17 years old. And there was some very high stakes fights on this card. Like I said earlier, there were fighters who punched their way to title contention. There were fighters that earned contracts to ONE FC tonight. But the main event was 2 children. Why not? Why not some of these other fighters? I don't know. But you know what? I'm here for the child ABUSE as long as it's 2 children doing it to each other, I guess. Damn, that was a bad joke. Y'all know what I mean though, right? But apparently this was a rematch. So these kids have probably been whipping each other's asses since they were like 6 years old. But anyways, guys, this was the fight of the night. Like, not literally just my opinion, like literally this was the fight of the night. So apparently they made the correct decision. And straight out the gate, Adam was gaining momentum very quickly. But Muhammad stayed patient, and at the end of the first round, he had a big moment, and you know we gotta watch it. Let's check it out.
And that's exactly what started to happen. Big shot from Naya.
Now that was some nasty work, but the thing that surprised me the most, did you see how fast Adam got back up? Oh my goodness, to be 16 years old again. I remember I was playing Little League football. I must have been like 12 or 13. And I had gotten group tackled by a bunch of guys. They fell on top of me. My leg twisted the wrong way, and all I heard was pop, 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 pop. I'm pretty sure that I messed up some tendons, but guys, I was playing in the playoff game like a week and a half later. That's just the sort of things you can do when you're a kid. You recover quickly. But another part of being a young man is that you can lose confidence quickly too. So let's see how Adam responded to this knockdown. He survived the first. Let's see what he did in the second. Let's check this clip out.
Oh, wow, what does Naya need to do to put Adam away?
That's a good question. Naya doing a great job in the clinch.
At the end of the day, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. Very rarely do we see fights go to a majority draw, especially in Muay Thai. But the good thing is that these kids are very young. Very young. They'll be back. There's a reason we discussed a fighter earlier that was 39 years old with over 420 fights. These kids are going to be just fine. The cool thing though, Naya Muhammad was given the bonus. 350,000 baht. Guys, that's like 15,000, 10 or 15,000 USD. That's what it's equivalent to. That's a lot of money. Can you imagine? And he said he was going to use it to help his family when interviewed after the fight. So incredible kid, incredible fight card. Again, guys, if you have not started to watch One Championship Friday Fights, it does come on a little early, but it's on YouTube. If you wake up late, you can always go back to One Championship's page, click on the video, and you can watch it back whenever you want to. I think that this is going to become a regular occurrence for me. I am in love with One Championship right now. Again, if you haven't started watching One, it's free on YouTube. If you want to watch their pay-per-views, all you have to do is have an Amazon Prime subscription. And no, I'm not paid by One. My channel's too small. I'm not paid by anybody. I just love fights. So that is the conclusion of this video. We'll be back for another One Friday Fights next week. Until then, we've got UFC 318 tomorrow, where Dustin Poirier is going to have his retirement fight in Louisiana, in my home state. I would be there, but I've got other arrangements. But I will be watching. So guys, let me know what you thought about this card, this video, down in the comments.